Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 101 of the First Star Challenge with Everton. And today we have a big game against Arsenal in the league, as well as Notts County in the FA Cup third round. We'll send the kids out for that. But before we get to any of that, we have the first knockout round draw of the Champions League. We are seeded as group winners. And let's have a look and see what we can get here. Now, we had... Who was in our group? This will give away a little bit of who got through the group. I think it was Leipzig, wasn't it? So we can get Monaco, Dortmund, Milan. We can't get Leipzig. Bayer Leverkusen, Inter, Lyon, or Benfica. So there's no English teams second in the groups there. Everybody got through as top of the group. If we're looking at that, I mean, Benfica would be a decent shout, wouldn't it? Leverkusen was a good team, but I dare say a lot of their really promising youngsters at the start of the game have probably moved on at this point. So maybe Leverkusen would be a decent one. Well, let's have a look here, see who we get. First out is Monaco. Monaco can be a good team. They get Chelsea. Lyon can be a good team. They get Atletico Madrid. Dortmund, yeah, we take that if we got it. Well, we'll take whatever we get. They go to Paris. Milan, they are going to get Everton. So we play AC Milan in the Champions League first knockout round. Let's just finish off this draw. And Liverpool get RB Leipzig. So that'll be interesting. Leverkusen and Barcelona. We can see the rest of the draw there. So it is going to be Milan. You can see we're looking at quite a few of their players that we have shortlisted. Jesse Lingard, there we go. That's where he is these days. They've got some good players, so it's not going to be an easy task. But there is no such thing as an easy task at this stage of the Champions League, is there? So that's how the Champions League is shaping up. We're going to get AC Milan. But let's have a look at what's happened since last episode, starting with Swansea. We were poor in this one, but responded well to Swansea taking the lead, as Malot's cross was deflected into the net less than a minute later. So we go to ended 1-1. You can see Swansea scored 72nd minute. We equalised a minute later in the 73rd with that own goal. You can see we had chances. We didn't particularly take them. We didn't particularly play well. A bit of a Liverpool hangover on this one, I think. But next up, it was Fenerbahce in the final Champions League group stage game. Cook opened the scoring after 15 minutes, tapping home a Gustavo cross before doubling the lead on the stroke of half-time with his 50th goal for Everton. And Bastien Trevoux rounded off the scoring late with a cracking strike at the back post. So a really, really good way to end the Champions League group stage there. 3 goals, Terry Cook with a double, Trevoux with a rare goal late on in the 87th minute. You can see we dominated the player ratings, match stats, 35 shots, 20 on target. Not particularly good in front of goal, taking our chances, but dominated possession. It was a really, really good, strong, positive way to end the Champions League group stage. After this, we played Spurs. Richarlison opened the scoring, finishing a Canente cross at the second attempt. Zamora doubled our lead just after the hour mark with a stunning strike, and Schweinsteiger rounded off the scoring with a well-timed run to finish a Richarlison cross. So again, another strong performance, 3-0 again. This time we were much more effective in taking our chances. Only had the 10, but we took 3 of them. Really good performance. It was Richarlison, Zamora, and Schweinsteiger with the goals. You can see by the match rating who the better team was. Their best player was their goalkeeper, and nobody else really played well. So this was a really, really good performance in the league. The final game to catch up on is, of course, against Huddersfield, again in the Premier League. After a poor first half, Ademola Lookman produced a piece of individual magic on the hour mark to get us going. Vlasic added a penalty 10 minutes later before Schweinsteiger finished a good team move to seal the points 10 minutes from time. So there we go, another 3-0 win. As I said, first half we were poor in this one. We were very much the second best team. But much, much better after half-time. Lookman got us going in the 61st minute. Vlasic with the penalty, Schweinsteiger with the final goal. Again, match ratings tell a story. In the end, it was comfortable and we looked really good. But first half in this, we were quite poor. So maybe a little bit lucky to get away with that. But job done in the end. So there we go, 3-0 wins and the 1-0 draw against Swansea. Let's have a look at what that means for the league table. And we will see that we are high-flying at this point with a game in hand here against Arsenal, which isn't going to be an easy game because they are in third. But 2 points up on Liverpool. They have been dropping a few points lately. You can see their last 10 games. Drawn against Arsenal, drawn against Huddersfield. Obviously, we smashed them. Then drawn against City and also against West Ham. So they've been drawing decent teams. But maybe 1 and 2 in there against Huddersfield and West Ham that they would be disappointed with. So we're just maybe starting to kick clear ever so slightly. Now also this between games this episode we've got a game against Burnley. Now that shouldn't be a problem, but they are mid-table, so it's not going to be the easiest. But Arsenal is our focus right now. Let's have a look at what we are expecting from the Gunners. If I can go back here to the match preview screen. There it is. We are heavy favourites for this one. Given our recent form, maybe not a surprise, but we don't want to take it for granted. decent record against them, but very even as well. Now, they are a Pep Guardiola coach side these days. You can see a passing, playing style, balanced mentality. And if we have a look at what we're expecting from them on the analysis side of things, we're expecting them to be a little bit more defensive than this, sort of a 4-1-4-1. That's what the scouts said. But they won 2-0 against Huddersfield last time. You can see massive gaps in behind the fullbacks there. So we might try and maybe not exploit the flanks, but certainly look for overlaps. Try and get in there early. You can see the key passes there. Now, this is the team that we're sending out. We're going pretty much full strength. You can see we're just being a little bit more cautious because they are a passing team. Just trying to get someone in there to protect the back four a little bit. So it's Lafont in goal. It's Gustavo, Stark, Luis Felipe, Milo. Timon's just got a little bit of a knock. He's basically back fit, but we don't want to risk him at this point. It's Adam Militao in the DM. It's Canente and Zamora in midfield. It's Rafinha and Lookman out wide. It is Schweinsteiger up top. And the injury front, Stuart Taylor's picked up a knock. He's out for about 2 weeks, as is Richarlison as well. So we're without them probably for this episode, unfortunately for Stuart Taylor. But there we go. This is the festive fixtures. It's December 28th. Let's see if we can give ourselves a nice Christmas present. Alright, here we go. So they are lining up as expected by the scouts, which is good. That means that the scouts are doing their job, or the analysts are doing their job. Tell the team expected to prove a point today. Are we expected to prove a point? We've been on a good run lately. Just go out there, pick up where we left off last time. Let's maybe say that we were quite good in the end against Huddersfield. Second half, we looked quite ruthless. So we'll go with that. Let's see what we can do here. And here we go. I should say too, big congratulations on Terry Cook. That goal, the second goal against, I think it was Fenerbahce, as I mentioned in the recap there. 50th goal for the club. And that's not league goals, but sort of just general goals. Now, he does tend to play a lot in cup games as well. So that's where, obviously, a lot of his goals come from. But well done, Terry Cook. 50 goals for Everton. That is no small achievement. Now, speaking of no small achievements, our unbeaten run, this is one of the bigger tests for it, I think, here. Oh, just over the bar there. Because Arsenal are a decent team. If we don't, if we're sort of not at our best here, we could struggle against them. Now, one thing I did do against Huddersfield in the second half, which really, I think, improved our performance, was I increased the tempo. So that's something, maybe, that's not the best corner there, and we've got the snow coming down as well. Maybe that's something we need to look to do a little bit more, especially against maybe the lesser teams in the league. Let's see what we can do here. That is some horrible defending there. Look, completely lost Gustavo Lopez. He's deflected the cross, but it's still out there for Torreira, and we're down a goal. That is not ideal. Let's maybe raise this tempo again now. Yeah, that's not what was needed. 20 minutes in, and we do find ourselves in the snow at Goodison, 1-0 down. Just maybe a little bit slow. It was Gustavo, wasn't it, getting back? And then, yeah, we just got caught out of touch. We will continue with those changes. I made them because of the goal, after all. Let's show some passion here. And let's see what we can do. Do we go attacking? Perhaps we need to here. We haven't really created much, have we? Let's give them a get creative. We've got a furious-looking Lookman, which isn't ideal. Yeah, this is not looking good. What we don't want to do is go a second goal down here. That's ricocheted out. We've gone early there for Schweinsteiger. We know he's pacey. Can he find the finish? Schweinsteiger, he can't. It was a tough angle. It was a really, really tough angle in the end. But, yeah, could he maybe have done a little bit better? Canente with the corner. It's in there. Schweinsteiger can't quite get it done. Ramos picks it up, or Felipe. He needs to have, just choose a name and stick with it. Good old Luis Felipe Ramos, whatever his name is. Even game has it. It's been a really, really tight one. We just haven't quite shown the best that we have. We will... I mean, we've got to say it's disappointing, haven't we? We've got to say it's disappointing. It's been nothing but... do we go with a number 10? We don't need Gustavo's name. I don't think I got that. No, there we go. Please, come on, game. Come on, there we go. Do we need to go with a number 10? We have Sergio Gomez on the bench, who we can look to bring on to play in that role. We'll give it maybe a little bit of time here. Schweinsteiger's not particularly doing much. I think it's time to change. So we will do that. We will take off who's not playing particularly well here. Do we take off Luis Felipe for Militao? No, I think we'll just take Militao off. We'll leave the defenders as is. What am I looking for here? Gomez. Let's push him forward. It means we can stick Schweinsteiger back in there as a... Do we want... Yeah, we probably want that. We probably want to stick him back to a deep lying, I should say, playmaker. And then we'll put him as advanced. that all looks relatively good to me. We'll get back out there. Yeah, I mean, something needs to change here because we're not really creating much or anything. Have we even had a highlight yet? I don't think we have. Here we go. Schweinsteiger's going to pick that up. Can look at the man through the middle. Look at the men through the middle. He finds Lookman. Back post, mate. Back post. Goes himself. Oh, it's hit the inside of the post in the end. I don't know that he should have been shooting, though. We had options in the bench ready to tap it in, and he's gone himself, and I'm not sure that was what was needed. And suddenly we're, 20 minutes away here from the run coming to an end. We need to make changes. We'll bring Terry Cook on for Schweinsteiger, who's not having a great day. Do we bring Wilson on for Lookman, or for Rafinha's having a poor season again, isn't he? Never thought I'd say this, but we're going to take off Rafinha. And because he's been poor. We've never got going here, have we? All right, here we go. Lafont looks wide there for Milo. What can he do here? Milo's done well there. He's done really well. Ball's come out for Canente. Can he find a nice through ball? It's there for Lookman. Back post, mate. Back post. It's there. It's Harry Wilson. Hey! The most unlikely of heroes. First goal for the club. And he just may have saved the unbeaten run. Well done to him. Let's give it a demand a little bit more. Nice ball from Canente, wasn't it, to find Lookman. And we were queuing up at the back post. And the man we brought on for Rafinha has been the hero. And I tell you what, Stuart Webber, I've given him a little crap for signing Harry Wilson, but he's done the job for us there. Come on, boys, let's keep going now. Can we go and win this thing? Can we go and win it? It was a little bit like RB Leipzig. We wouldn't deserve it if we did it, but we'll take it, won't we? We're into stoppage time. Do we just look to sit back and defend the unbeaten run? I think this is it. Well, we do have a little bit of a gap over Liverpool. It's a little bit of a Christmas miracle in the end that Harry Wilson's got the goal that's maintained the unbeaten run, but the run does continue. And that is almost the main thing at this point, isn't it? We weren't good enough, but we were just about good enough. If that makes any sense whatsoever. But I do think the number 10, I think, made a difference. They didn't quite look as comfortable defending. You know, we definitely improved and we created more chances once we did that. We're still 3 points up on Liverpool, though, so that's fine. We keep Arsenal at sort of at arm's length. That's all well and good. Guys, wait right there. I'll play through Burnley, and then we'll be back for the FA Cup against League 2 Notts County with all the regens named after you guys. Now, before we get to the FA Cup, the FIFA Best Awards have been announced. And look at this. Michael Schweinsteiger, Best Men's Player Under 21. We'll congratulate him on that. View the award. Now, did he win that last year? He did win that last year. And, of course, Alex, the winner before that, we also have. He's the guy we have in our Under 23s right now, transfer listed. I still don't understand how he was ever the FIFA Best Player Under 21. But there we go. Schweinsteiger goes back for back in that one. Let's have a look here. What else have we got? Goalkeeper of the Year. Lafont is second. Now, he won that last year, I think, didn't he? He did. So, bit of a drop-off there, Lafont. Not happy with that. What else have we got here? So, take a player in Team of the Year. It's Rafinha. I don't necessarily agree with that, not on this season's form anyway, but Rafinha is on the bench in the Team of the Year, and Schweinsteiger is the European Golden Boy. Now, that is essentially, that's best player under 20 as well, isn't it? I think. Did he win that last year? No, he didn't. So, 2 awards for Michael Schweinsteiger, which is excellent, and that is pretty much it. We're just getting ready for the Burnley game, but Schweinsteiger and Rafinha get some FIFA Best acknowledgements. Hi, Stuart Webber. Hey, mate, it's me. Yeah, no, you too, mate. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. No, early night for me, mate. Early night. No rest for the wicked. Yeah, there. Now, listen, obviously, now the January transfer window is opened, and there's been a lot of talk in the press that Schweinsteiger and Canente are wanted by Real Madrid. You've heard that as well. Perfect, mate. Now, I just want to make it abundantly clear that they are both very, very important players to me. Good. I'm glad you understand. Look, mate, if you're under pressure to sell someone, may I suggest anybody you signed in the summer? Alright, welcome back. Now, as you've just heard, transfer window is open. As of yet, nothing stupid has been done by Stuart Webber. Maybe he'll do something brilliant. Nothing brilliant's happened yet either. We are the favourites for this one, though. FA Cup football, heavy favourites against League 2 Notts County at home. It shouldn't be a problem. But before we get to this one, let's have a look at what happened in the game in between our New Year's Day fixture against Burnley. It was Lookman that opened the scoring with a good finish after finding some space in the box. Blagic missed a penalty early in the second half, but Lookman added to our lead with a good finish from a tight angle before Sergio Gomez pounced on a loose ball to power in a third. So there we go, another 3-0 win, another dominant performance. Really, really happy with this. You can see we dominated the game. They had 1 or 2 shots. They did look dangerous. Azani in particular, a couple of runs, shots just past the post. But we were relatively comfortable, even with a missed penalty. You can see the match ratings quite good. Lookman was really good. And Rafinha had a bit of a return to form as well. So all in all, very, very happy with this result. And if we have a look at what that means for the league table, we will see Liverpool have dropped more points. They drew Wolves. So we're game in hand, 2 points up, potentially 5 if we were to win that game in hand. So it is happy days here at Goodison. So there you go, job done there. Another really good performance, another really strong win. Let's have a look at what we're expecting against Notts County. Now, I'm not sure how much we can put into this. You see they're winning League 2, but they are still a League 2 club. They're a standard balanced playing style. If we have a look at the analysis report again, it says they're 4-4-2. I'd suspect maybe against us they'll go a little bit more defensive than that. So again, how much of all this information we can take for granted, I don't really know. Maybe the one thing we can take is that they do tend to, their key passes tend to be sort of from deeper position. So we'll take that for granted, not for granted, but we'll take that as sort of on board. But this is a team we're sending out. It is a team as much as possible of the guys named after you. Now, the one person that's not fit, unfortunately, is Stuart Taylor. Sorry, mate, we do see you in the first team, so I'm sure you don't mind too much, but we're not going to risk an injury here for you in this one. The one thing I did need to do, though, is we do need to put a central defender on the bench, though, don't we? Oh, we have Berg. No, let's do that. Anyway, okay. Back to job. It is Michael Stevens that goes in goal for this one. Lunt and Turpey are the 2 centre-backs. It's Militao, it's Hawkey, and it's Gabe Wilson. We're going to try him as a left wing-back. There's no reason why he couldn't play this, I don't think. Getting up and down the left side there. He has decent enough fitness, so we'll see how he goes. Berg and Davies in midfield. Davies not necessarily, obviously, but he's through the academy. Militao's in there as well, so, you know. We put in who we can. Owen Manning's going to go in the attacking midfielder role. I think he's coming along really, really well. Trains the house down, so I think he could do quite well here for us. Hampson and Cook up top, both very, very good strikers indeed. I should actually show you how your characters are coming along here, so we'll go back and do that. So you can all see here, we don't need to worry about Davies. Toby Berg is just about starting to level out, I think. We saw Gabe, he is still coming along nicely. Hawkey as well, still a little bit of improvement to be had there. Lunt is just continuing to improve. He hasn't played a first team game for a little while, so maybe that's why he's stalling out a little bit. Turpey's coming along and Michael Stevens there as well. Alright, let's get to this game. So yeah, they did come out a little bit more defensive. Actually, that's almost perfect because they've pretty much come out the more defensive version of us. So this should be good for us, I think. What do we want to say? It's pick up where they left off. I mean, what we don't want to do is we don't want to take this for granted, do we? Pick up where we left off. Do we say I fully expect you to win this game? Let's maybe go with a passion and do it for the fans. We are at home here, so I'd like to think, you know, maybe we'll motivate ourselves by motivating the fans. Now, if you are wondering, you don't see you guys in the first team all the time. What I make sure is that you're constantly playing in the under-23, so you are getting games to help your development. So just because you don't see yourselves in the first team, it doesn't mean that I'm sort of just letting you stall out and not working on your development. We're always looking to keep them coming through as much as possible. Yeah, it's just obviously not everybody you can't play. I mean, especially the unbeaten run that we're on. I want to try and keep that going as well. So yeah, don't panic. You are still playing games, just not necessarily in the first team. But for the age, it should be fine. It's a good ball for Militao and Terry Cook just past the post. Yeah, so don't worry about that. I am still making sure you develop as best as possible. See what we can do here. Now, the one thing you will have noticed is that we're using Hawkey as a halfback in this one. Lunt and Turpey aren't the best ball-playing centre-back, so I think by letting a passer... Oh, it's Aaron Hampton, and he's got his goal. Second of the season for our youngster. He is really, really kicking on this year, which is great to see. And that is 1-0, 3 minutes in, and you'd like to think now that maybe settle some nerves and we can go on and get a nice, good, comfortable win here. Militao, good ball in, and Hampson makes no mistake. Strong in the air, and that is, as I said, 1-0. So, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we've got Hawkey back in there just to try and... He'll drop back in between the two centre-backs and hopefully be able to bring it out for them. And just let them concentrate on defending, because they are both... We've seen that we've played them in, I think, Champions League games, or certainly against some really good teams in the Cups, and they don't let us down. So that should be fine. Here we go again. Hawkey to Militao. I was tempted to play John Joe Kenny in this one because he's an academy player as well. I probably should have in hindsight to try and keep the integrity of this thing going. There's Wilson. Ball back. It's Cook. It's Cook. It's still Cook. Is that a penalty? Oh, I tell you what. looked a little bit like a penalty, but we go again. It's Gabe Wilson. This time it's back post for Militao, and it's not the best goalkeeping we've seen. Militao's still there, and in the end, we win a corner. The signs are there that we are a much, much better team than Notts County. We do need just to make sure we get 1 or 2 goals extra here. Maybe a chance for Lunt to power ahead in there. It's gone to the edge of the area, though, for Davies, for Owen Manning. Nice ball for Hampson. Turn, mate. It's Turpey. It's Turpey! Oh, unlucky. I think that would have been a first for Gary Turpey in an Everton shirt. I don't know if he scored. Maybe he has got one from a corner before. Here we go again, though. We're camped in our penalty area, and that one has gone just past the post from Sean Lunt. Excellent stuff. We just need that second goal just to try and put things to bed here. We'll demand a little bit more again. They have not even, I don't think they've even crossed the halfway line at this point. Gary Turpey with a throw. Not quite sure why the centre-back's taking that, but that's fine. Toby Berg, nice ball there for Wilson in space. Wilson! Oh, it's off the crossbar and it's hacked behind yet again. Another corner. I'll tell you what, if you had live betting, you'd be betting on Turpey or Lunt to get the next goal. One of the big centre-backs coming up from the back. It's Hampson! Oh, it's well saved in the end by Holmes, their goalkeeper. But a decent effort there from Aaron Hampson, who's having a really, really good game. Let's give it maybe a get creative here. You can only be happy with how things are going. I just wish we could get this second goal. We could breathe a little bit easier there. Oh, there's a stunning ball in. Hampson gets the goal. Owen Manning, though, really... Oh, was it Terry Cook? Terry Cook's got the assist, so maybe it was him. Whoever got that first header absolutely smashed it off the crossbar. And Hampson was there to tap it in. Now, who was it that got the first header here? It is Terry Cook. Maybe if he'd let it go, Manning was there. But it was a stunning header from Terry Cook. You just wonder, like, not even 6 inches lower, and that would have just probably busted through the back of the net. But Hampson on the double, on a hat-trick now, of course, and we've come straight back here. Turpey with a good header there to win that, and can we get a third before the break? Here goes Owen Manning. Nice ball there for Cook. Cook dinks one in. Hampson for the hat-trick, and he's got a hat-trick! Well done, Aaron Hampson! 4th goal of the year, 3rd goal of the day, and that should be that. We'll give him some praise now, and this should be job done. But Aaron Hampson has come out and just absolutely lit up the FA Cup in the 3rd round. Nice turn there into space from Manning. Good ball for Cook. Cook dinks in a good cross, wasn't it? And Hampson couldn't really miss. It's a really good header. Really, really happy with that. And there we go. It's 3-0 before half-time, and we have absolutely dominated the game. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a need to change anything. We'll give it a passionate, well done, boys. This is sure you meet. No, let's just keep it going. Just keep it going, boys. No, who's that? We haven't seen much of Toby Berg. We might just give it a not happy, see if we can get a little bit more out of him. Of course, the problem, if you do remember, we went out, didn't we, I think in the third, or our first round, and what it was at the 2nd or 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. I think it was at West Brom on penalties. So we haven't had as many games for the youngsters as I would have liked. So that's not been ideal, obviously, but yeah, I mean, there's not much danger of us going out here, I wouldn't have thought, based on that first half. Here goes Owen Manning. Nice ball in there for Davies. Heavy touch, though. It's hacked clear, and this is just a little bit of danger. Lunt's doing his best to get back, and tell you what, not a bad finish, but that's the danger, isn't it? That right there was the danger. We did have a lot of complacent-looking players, and they've pulled one back. Which isn't ideal. It was just a heavy touch from Tom Davies. I mean, he's the sort of the international... If he's not club captain, he's certainly a team leader, and he's the one that's let us down. There's not much Michael Stevens could do. Horribly exposed, and that is disappointing. That's really, really disappointing. We do have Callum Black on the bench. The fact that Davies is looking complacent as well, we might drag him off in absolute disgrace. We'll let Toby Berg get forward a little bit more. Callum Black as the deep-lying playmaker, and on we'll go here. It's sometimes the risk, isn't it, if you do really well in the first half, getting that second half performance can sometimes be really, really difficult. We haven't really showed up this second half as of yet. Toby Berg's there. Have that, mate. Have that. Oh, he's been unselfish. Manning! Oh, Owen Manning! First goal of the season. I think it's his first for the club as well. It is. Well done, Owen Manning. There we go. That's 4. At least we've drawn the second half now. We'll give him some praise for that. Well done, boys. And well done, Owen Manning. First goal for Everton. Good touch. Got into a little bit of space. Took a deflection, which, if anything, made it maybe like it gave the keeper a chance to save it, because it did bring it back towards him. But I think the keeper was already well and truly beaten there. And that is excellent, excellent stuff. Let's go demand a little bit more here. Let's go attacking. Can we get a 5th to round out a really, really good performance? They've scored with their only shot on goal. So we can be really, really happy with this. League 2 team or not, we've put them to the sword, essentially. The one mistake from Tom Davies, and credit to them, they pounced on it. They took their chance. but we just had too much for him. Here goes Owen Manning again. Good ball out there for Wilson in space. Wilson dinks it in. That's Terry Cook. It's gone down to penalty. It's going to be Militao. Let's change that. Who hasn't scored? I don't think... has Toby Berg scored a goal or Hawkey? Can I see who has scored a goal? I don't know who scored goals and who hasn't. I don't think... Sean Lunt got a hat-trick, didn't he? I'm not sure Turpey scored a goal. I think Berg has, and I think Hawkey may not have. I think Hawkey has, though. I'm not convinced that Turpey has scored a goal. So, with nothing to lose, have I done that too late? I may have done that too late. I'm not sure if Turpey's 24 or not. I can click on him and find out. It is Gary Turpey. All right, come on, mate. Come on. There we go. It's his first of the season, so he hasn't scored this year. Is it his first for Everton? It is his first for Everton. There we go. So I think that now means, with the exception of Michael Stevens, the goalkeeper, all of the youth academy players have scored a goal. If Berg, I'm sure Toby Berg has scored a goal. Hawkey, I think he has, but I'm not sure. But not to worry. We'll be in the next round and we'll make sure that hopefully we can get a goal for Hawkey there. But Gary Turpey off the mark. Owen Manning off the mark. It's been a good day. A Hampson hat-trick. Well done, boys. Well done. What a good, happy way to end the episode there. Really, really well done. We can only be proud of that, can't we? Well done, boys. Really, really good performance. I mean, the players that let us down were, Callum Black, our Scottish international, and Tom Davies, our England international. So that really tells a story, doesn't it? But there we go. Well done on the hat-trick, mate. Excellent stuff by Aaron Hampson. And we're in the hat for the next round. Well, that is it for today's episode, guys. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. And, of course, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Ring the bell if you want to know when I upload new episodes. And we'll be back next time. Do we come back? City away, Villa away. I'm conscious here of the transfer window as well. We've got to do City away though, don't we? That's a big game for us. So we'll come back for City and Villa, and then we'll sort of, at that point, we can play through to the end of the transfer window as well. Will Stuart Webber do something stupid? We'll have to come back next time to find out, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.